Hello everybody, and welcome to episode 42 of Baldur's Gate 3. We are here in the camp exactly where we left off, and as you can see, people are not in a great way. I think that we're going to probably click the short rest button just to get more people back on their feet. Let's go ahead and do that right now.
Time to get going.
Okay, and then from there, we've been going through a process of editing the episodes together so that they can be a little bit more streamlined. And in that process, sometimes I notice or am reminded of things that I promise I did see at the time. During the previous episode, when we went down into the underground layer beneath the prison, we encountered Answer the dragon, and during that cutscene, at one moment, just for one brief scene, it cut away and it showed like a helmet, like a Magneto helmet down there. And I saw that, I made a mental note of it, thinking to myself, oh, that's probably important somehow, and then immediately forgot it. Like in the space of 15 seconds, it was completely out of my head as all of the other things happened. So what I want to do is I want to go back down to that Wormrock prison, like the little layer under there, and see if we can find that hat and if that's actually a thing.
How much further can I go?
What do we think this is? Helm of Baldur on. Can I look at it first? The helmet heals you 2 points at the beginning of every turn. You have a +1 bonus to armor class and saving throws. Oh, hello. Stun immunity, you cannot be stunned. Attackers can't land critical hits on the wearer. This helm, worn atop the pate? It's not pate, so of Baldur the Brave, still gleams as if with the untarnished splendor of his legacy. Baldur's Gate itself bears his name, and tales of his exploits have turned the heads and hearts of many, and this qualifies as medium armor. So that last thing is a little bit of a bummer. Hold on, let's take this and just make sure nothing bad happens.
The helm of Baldur.
The worm's tempest and his roar hurtle through you. Ansur's essence still lives within the helm, instilling you with power for as long as you wear it.
Sure. Am I allowed to see where this goes? Maybe I don't know. This appears to just be an exit. Because surely it's not saying that I'm going to do that right this second. Let's just throw down a quick save. Let's just see really quick. Because everything about this seemed pro-Karlach. Right now she's wearing the horns of the Berserker. You get a +2 to attack rolls when attacking creatures that have already taken damage. Oh yeah, I wouldn't really want to take this off of her. Is there anybody else for whom that helmet would be good? Probably replacing the haste helm, I would think. Wait, we're in a conversation of some kind.
Worm's tempest and his roar hurtle through you. Ansur's essence still lives within the helm, instilling you with power for as long as you wear it.
Okay. That's pretty cool. I think that we can put this helmet onto Halsin.
The helm.
Oh my goodness.
The worm's tempest and his roar.
Why don't we leave this area and then we'll decide who gets to wear the helmet. Alright, we've gone up the secret passage and now we're back in the prison. And I don't know if we're allowed to walk out of here. It does look like we'd be allowed by going south. Let's just go north very quickly and see what this is. And that brings us back down. Okay. Let's take a quick look at our journal. Confront the Elder Brain, we're working on it. Get Gortash's Netherstone could be up next. Orin's Netherstone has to wait, because as long as she's holding Lae'zel, I feel a little bit constrained by her offer to not kill Lae'zel as long as we took out Gortash first. And gather your allies we're working on. We've got Dame Aelin, Arabella, and Halsin and Volo, I guess. Boy, that doesn't feel like very much. Oh dear. I was really, really, really hoping to add Ansur to that, but we don't have it. Free Orpheus, we are working on it. Embrace your potential, no thank you. The artist is interesting because we have not yet met Oscar. I don't know where we might. Aid the Underduke. Yes, but this goes to the Stone Lord, and that's where, as far as I know, he is hanging out wherever Orin is. Avenge the Iron Hands. This we tried to go do, and then Gortash called us up and said, if you do that, I'm going to kill all of the Gondians. And I believe that he can do that at the press of a button. Deal with Red Hammer the Divisor. Confess he often bumps into wave servants. Right, we haven't done that just yet. That we were going to go interact with that person. And then we've got the suspicious toys. Here's the reason I don't want to do the suspicious toys just yet. These are Bay Knights. They fall under the direct sort of like hierarchy. In their little org chart, they fall underneath the Gortash people. That makes me very concerned about taking them on, because if we go kill them a lot, then word of that will surely get back to Gortash, and he's going to say, hey, we're not working together after all. I don't think that... I'm not sure that he's gonna actually believe that I'm working with him, but this will definitely give up the game. I want to stop them from putting bombs in teddy bears. I do think that we need to do that after we finish dealing with Gortash. If it turns out that like that is actually progressing in time, and if we take out Gortash, then they get to release their teddy bear bombs and a whole bunch of people get injured, I'm going to feel really, really, really bad about it. But in terms of maintaining our cover, I think that we have to wait until after we deal with Gortash to then mop up the other lower level Bay Knights. The gold we are looking for, but again, this brings us to Orin's place. And then Cazador's Palace is the only other one that I know of that we can go take a look at. Astarion wants to go to Cazador. Let's just look at this. Gale met with Mystra in the Outer Plains. She told him of the true nature of his orb, that it's the Karsite Weave, half-form magic. Mystra asked that Gale seize the crown and then return it to her, which is what we want to do. And then Lae'zel has been taken, so he's waiting on us to free Orpheus. So here's the things that we can do. We can go confront Orin, which I don't want to do because I think that she's going to kill Lae'zel on sight. We can go down into the submarine base to deal with the Gondians. The trouble with that is that I believe that Gortash is going to be able to kill all of them with the press of a button. We can go confront Gortash. My hope is that if we are fighting Gortash and successfully win that battle, there will be so much other chaos going on about the Gondians that no one will think to push the kill all the Gondians, with all the other Bay Knights, no one will think to push the kill all the Gondians button. And then finally, we've got go investigate Cazador's Palace, which is really the only other thing that we could do. The reason I want to push that off a little bit is that based on effectively every word that he said for the last 10 hours of gameplay, I think that when we go into Cazador's Palace, we're going to have Astarion with us, and I think that when we come out, we are not going to have Astarion with us. I'm just sharing that as being a very strong likelihood. I would prefer to keep hold of all of my party members for as long as possible, but after everything that went down with Shadowheart and how that went, I think that Astarion and I are going to not be able to get along with one another about what happens after we take out Cazador. So for that reason, I'm going to hold on that. I think we go upstairs and we interact with Gortash. I think that's it. If we want to wait to go interact with Cazador, I think that confronting Gortash is the last thing that we can do that doesn't necessarily wind up with one of our party members getting dead. So let's go up into the audience hall. I'm pretty sure that Gortash's office... Well, that's a lot of bodies. This is not what it was like. This was a big party the last time we were here. So why don't we go take a look.
You will hear and you will heed.
In this sanctum, you will obey our Lord and Archduke.
They have nothing to say. Like, these were all... So this was all of the nobility. Splint armor. This is not going to be light. So, the last time that we were here, and unless this happened in our sleep, these folks were all having a big party. This was a great time. They were all celebrating the appointment of the Archduke. I don't know if Orin swept through here, or if this was somehow part of Gortash's plan, but these people could not have been more enthusiastic about Gortash as the Archduke.
Gortash thinks you can be of value. I wouldn't go proving him wrong.
I would not have a very good idea on why he would have wanted to kill these people. They were his staunchest supporters. It was bordering on dear leader type praise. Yeah, the thief's stash is upstairs. I, again, don't really know how to get there. Confront Lord Gortash. Yes. How do we... That is apparently slightly to our west. Slightly to our west. Is there a door over here? I don't follow. Maybe we're not allowed until we, like, do the thing that he wants, but I don't want to do the thing that he wants. Okay, we did it.
I can be subtle sometimes.
Okay, here we are in the back hall. Now there's nobody to yell at us about going into this door. This actually, though, leads outside to a hot load of nothing. Then we've got this ladder that leads up to some scaffolding, and that also does not seem very much like Lord Gortash's office. Okay, let's see if we can... It's possible that if we climb... Yeah, it looks like there's going to be something up above here. Now, that's red right there. What do you suppose is seeing something there? The map in this game is very, very good for determining where things are on your 2D plane. When it comes to how do I get up or down from here to the thing that I'm looking for, that's where I've struggled with the way that the map communicates that. Okay, so there's another Steel Watchman right there. They are currently facing away, though. And since I don't know when or if they're going to turn around, we're going to grab some of these things. These are all ballless. I will take those. And this person had a flash blinder grenade. That is the thing that is going to disable the Steel Watchman. So that's now a third that we have. I'm glad for it.
Be cautious. Step carefully. There's a trap. Don't give me trouble now. Time to press ahead.
Okay, that was entirely too much. And here we are inside. This is still not an office. I don't know where this guy's office is. Is it just downstairs? Okay, there's Gortash. So we finally found his office. Now, how are we supposed to get in here? Those doors would lead us here. I don't understand how he intended for us to get here. Interestingly, there's like a long rope that I'm sure leads up to that bell.
Baldur's Gate ship captain Morgan Redlocks wed a man thrice her age. After the wedding, the groom suffered a heart attack. Redlocks converted his merchant ships into a pirate fleet. Carrick started from nothing, built a financial empire, and founded the counting house. He refused to mingle with the other patriarchs, saying, "They didn't want me when I was an urchin, and now they can't have me." This is a bust of the god Bane as he first appeared to Gortash in dreams, and was then described to a Rivington sculptor. Dame Mafrey, the orphan's friend, founded several orphanages in the outer city, as the lower city was no place for children, and the upper city declined to sponsor an orphanage. Founder of the Flaming Fist. Later history is kinder to him than accounts from his time, which portray him as a cruel and hard-handed mercenary commander. First of the Bormal patriarch family to start his own venture, Alec is the unscrupulous bastard who made their fortune in mines and vineyards.
What's in here?
This is a popular history account of Grand Duke Valarkin's attempt to usurp the power of Baldur's Gate's Council of Four, in which he staged a failed coup backed by a cult of lycanthropes called the Band of the Red Moons. There are several notes in the margins in Gortash's precise handwriting, with the following scrawled in the end paper. 2 lessons. First, assassination alone isn't enough, and second, Duke Dillard Portier lived through this, so don't underestimate him. We've heard the name Portier before. I think that that's the name of the Flaming Fist commander, I think, that seems trustworthy. However, if there's a way to interact with that person, I haven't found it. Or at least it doesn't come to mind. Parliament Action Plan, current 10-day. Concentrate efforts on the following patriarchs as noted below. Duke Dillard Portier. Though Dillard Portier sits on the ducal council, he would make a poor puppet, as his wits are failing and his will is weak. He is, however, a coward, so direct threats should suffice to persuade him to resign his council seat in favor of his niece, Liara Portier. That Liara is the Flaming Fist commander that I was thinking of, because I remember the name Liara, it reminds me of Mass Effect. Once tadpoled, Blaze Liara will be a powerful addition to our roster of patriarchs. 2. Lord Raylan Janeth. The Janeth family's mining interests make Lord Raylan a primary target of Banite capture. Raylan is foolishly proud and has been conducting an affair with a rent goblin in Little Kalimshan, which makes him vulnerable to blackmail, as he will do almost anything to avoid exposure. Instruct Edvard Needle to publish an article with hints about the affair that will be meaningful to Raylan, and then leave a much more detailed anonymous note in his upper city bedroom. That should make him pliable. And then this isn't marked as number 3, although you'd think it would be. Lady Ruth Lineker. Our sources indicate the Linekers have recently received windfall payments from their Tetherian gem mines, cash that could be used better, that we could use better than they will. Abduct Lady Ruth's granddaughter, Fariza Lineker, and hold her in the upper city's safe house until her grandmother meets our ransom demands. See to this immediately. That seems important, although it's not clear to me how many of those steps have been taken out. It doesn't seem like very much. A report to Lord Gortash from the Black Hand of Loyalty. 24 key populist slogans were tested with a cross-section of Baldurians. The following slogans scored highest at translating into support for the transfer of authority. Secure homes. Oh, these are the flyers that we've been finding all over the place. So these are the ones they like the most. Secure homes and streets. Baldurans responded positively to security for themselves, especially if it could be paid for by levies on non-citizens. Housing prosperity for those who deserve it. There was strong agreement with the proposition that those who work hard have the right to live well. We are who we are is what we are, strangers out. A plurality was strongly vocal about the need to reject and eject non-Baldurians. And then citizens before patriarchs, fair is fair. The nobility is broadly unpopular, and where there is general agreement that inherited wealth should be... there is general agreement that inherited wealth should be widely redistributed. Articles and editorials propounding, that's an interesting word, propounding these concepts will be conveyed to Edvard Needle for placement in the mouth. Marquardt feels it will be good to see Gortash dead. I'm looking forward to it. The question at the moment is that I don't think that this can be a solo adventure. Also, we can see that there's some iron consoles. What I'm interested in is that I don't see a lot of iron or steel watchmen in here. I really thought that we would get... Oh, well, that shut me up. There's one, but we've squared off against two before and made it out okay. So now the question is, how do I get everybody else upstairs? We're definitely not coming in this door. No, the ladder that we dropped down just gets us to this floor. Now, we could fight our way. We could try to bring the guys upstairs and have a big fight with these guys, but the less noise we're making on the way in, the better. Boy, there's no way for her to, like, drop a rope here, is there? I don't see any such thing. That would be awesome if we could just, like, have a rope here. Oh, and look! It's Lady Ruth Lineker. They did kidnap her, and she won't be going home. So, it seems a little bit like we'd have to do this one at a time, and also... certain folks, like Will, are not going to be able to get there easily.
Making me sweat.
It is too high. That's okay. We could have him shapeshift into something that can fly. I think we're going to do that. And I think that we're going to go for... like, remember that we expect to be fighting Steel Watch people. So if we are, then what we want to do is we want to take the shape of... it's an air Myrmidon, isn't it? Wait, that wasn't... hold on. Electrified Flail. Yeah, I think that that's the one that we'd want to have. Boy, it really doesn't like the shape of this one. Okay, the trouble is, I need like another box to put on top of that one. So what if we put this box here? See, now it says too far. I need... what I need is Karlach. Hold on, let's bring this over here. And then Will get on top of this one. And then he can put it up here. And then he can climb on that one. And then he can you climb up here? Yay. The trouble is now we can't get up higher than here. But maybe we can climb on this? No, you can't stand on barrels. That would be crazy. Oh, but look, he can jump up there. Hold on. Now, Dryad, can you come up here? No. No, she's made of wood. She doesn't know how to do that. Oh, but she will do it, though. Yay! Boy, I find the dumbest ass solutions. Okay, we're a little closer than we were several minutes ago. That was a very long journey to get everybody snuck up to what turns out to be not quite on the roof, but at the upper level of Worm's Rock Fortress. Now we finally got everybody together and linked together, and I think that we are ready to go interact with Gortash. Now the quick question is there anything that we want to do in terms of getting people ready? I actually think that I don't object to having Karlach take the lead on this. What if we had Alyssa hold back and do her, like, hide in plain sight? That could be really interesting. That she snipes somebody from invisibility. But she is our spokesperson. She is our person. So are there any setups that we want to do? I think that we want to do the Dryad's club. And to the extent that it's going to matter at all, I think that we're going to have Will do his thing there. And I think that we might want to put on his shield. He's got mage armor. Apparently he can see invisibility twice over, which probably a waste there. And then, do we want to do this? 25 hit points and deal 25 cold damage to any creature that hits you with a melee attack. And this lasts until a long rest. I bet it requires concentration. 25 temporary hit points. I think that we have to pull out all the stops on this. Do we have Blur? Well, Blur has a short time frame. Let's have him do this armor of Agathis.
It's hard to keep a good woman down, isn't it, Karlach?
I don't know. You managed it for a solid decade.
I never meant to harm you, dear. Merely to help you realize your vast potential.
You sent me to the hells. You let Zariel take my heart, as though any of it was yours to give away.
The greater good, Karlach. Something I wouldn't expect you to understand.
You feel no regret, do you? All right. How about fear, then?
Oh, you do quite misunderstand. I've already made a deal with your companion. We need each other.
Do we now?
We are here to confront him. Easy, Karlach. We won't make it far against the Seal Watch, except we have to do it. We have to do it this way. We've heard all we need from the likes of you. Say nothing. You've heard enough attack. I think that we attack. I don't think that we need to hear anything more from him, and I think that we might get a surprise round.
You can't escape me. Wherever you go, I'll find you. Wherever you run, there I'll be.
We did not get a surprise round. Okay, so what are we dealing with? Seal Watchers are running in. And then we're going to have... I think we're on Halsin currently. And then Enver Gortash, who has some sort of a super shield. Gortash has authority. Advantage on intimidation checks and insight checks. He's good at firing his crossbow point blank. Can't be frightened, cannot be affected with other emotion-altering conditions. He's really good at saving throws. He's permanently armed, so we can't knock that crossbow out of his hand. And he gets a +1 bonus to charisma checks. None of this explains the big shield that he has around him, though. Unless that shield is part of whatever this dauntless authority is. He's also highly resistant to a variety of things, but I notice not to force damage. Okay. All right, we can do something with that. We have some Seal Watchers coming in. as early as possible, we want to make use of the flashbang grenade. And it... Wait, who am I? I'm Halsin. So Halsin cannot use any items, as it turns out. Let's electrified flail this guy, because these guys are weak to electrical damage. Okay, he's also stunned now, which is good. Halsin didn't take as much damage as others from that. Look at Will, though. Will got rocked. He had 25 extra hit points on top of his maximum, and he's down to 28. Those extra hit points borderline saved his life. So now we do get to move somewhere if we want to, and I think that we might want to go maybe lock down this console. Maybe get an attack of opportunity if that guy tries to move around. Other than that, I feel like that's it for Halsin. There's just a lot happening on this turn. Okay. Alyssa's not doing well. She's blinded. Disadvantage on attack rolls. Range of attacks and spells reduced to 3 meters. Does that include being able to throw the grenade? Flash blinder? Is that what it was called? Yes. I want to throw this. I want to throw it at these 3 guys. Boy, this is a weird angle. Oh, because we have to get past that dude. But apparently, right here, we'll hit all 3 of them.
Villains, take heed. Recovery is imminent.
Okay, that really messes them up. If the last experience that we had with this is any indication, then they get like... They go malfunctioning for 2 turns, and then at least the last time that I used it, their optical sensors got completely blown out. Like, they were permanently blinded. I don't know if that happens every time. We just got super lucky. So there's Alyssa. Now, can we get her any sort of a height advantage? I tend to not always see it when you can get up into the rafters or onto a scaffolding. Like, can I get up there, for example? No, insufficient space. We'll probably jump up here, though. Yeah, let's... get here. And then I think that she might have an extra attack. Disadvantage or not. 64% isn't bad, but maybe we want to try to take this Steel Watch down while we still can. Yeah, why don't we use a lightning arrow on this guy? Whoa. Really miserable. And then she's done for her turn.
Yes.
Karlach, I appreciate your enthusiasm. You're also very low on lives on where we started. So I think that there's nothing Karlach wants to do more in life than... oh, she's immobilized. Can we resolve that in any way? Because she's stuck for 2 turns. I don't know how we might stop that. Scroll of Aid. No, that's hit points. How about, is there any sort of, like, recovery? No. Is there... oh, restoration. Amulet of Restoration? This might help. That's healing word and more healing word. Right now, we need all the healing words that we can muster. But I really don't want to take off that Amulet of Greater Health. So, it does feel a little bit stuck. We can do a ranged attack, but, like, I don't even feel like I can adequately frenzy from where I am right now. Also, all of our summons, all of them, died in that original hit. So, our next goal then, if we can't get her mobile, then we have to try to keep her alive. Let's have her take the very best healing that we've got. And otherwise, she can take, like, her best shot. 25% sucks. 60% is better. Yeah, let's see if we can take this guy down while we can. We will focus fire to any extent that we possibly can. Will. Well, Will also needs as much healing as we can give him, so we're just going to get straight to that. Superior healing will probably be enough for him. And then we want to get to him. I know that, well, he's just as good at close range as he isn't not, so why don't we try to hit him with force damage, which he's not immune to. Why did I not look at what this tetrahedron is? Hold on a second, because that was bad for me. Reflecto card. Any projectile fired at this character is sent back to where it came from. So I would have probably thought that was bows and crossbow, but now we know that it is spells as well, and Will is exactly as bad off as you would have thought. Can I... Wait, what do I... Can I throw this back? I don't think anymore. This is primed to explode, yeah? It very much is about to explode. So then let's not stand next to it. Can I throw this anymore? No, we've taken our action. I'm done with Will. Opportunity attack. What is this? Okay, the steel watch is still messed up. What is this then? Incineration canister. It's overheating. 3 turns remaining. I have no prediction on what this is or what it means to the fight. It seemed to... it looked like it blasted some fire out on this, but I guess the lesson is just don't stand next to that. Here's Holson, who is actually doing exactly what we needed him to do. Adopt a lot of enemy assault. I think that maybe now we have him teleport over to Gortash and start beating him to death with an electric flail. The only other thing, though, is that he is our best fight against the Steel Watchers. But he's also the best guy to be, like, in range right now. Alright, let's try it. Provokes an... Wait, it provokes an attack of opportunity. We want to teleport. And now we're going to Electrified Flail. Critical miss. Okay, so that... Well, we stunned him, so that's good. He's stunned for 2 turns, but very, very, very little damage. And then, unfortunately, I do think that we want to fly back over here and try to keep these guys all attacking him. Because if he runs out of hit points, he just turns back into regular Holson.
You chose to suffer. You chose to die.
Okay, Alyssa's no longer blinded. And he no longer has his thing. She has a 98% shot on him. Why don't we make use of her super shot? All right. Now, the other thing that we might want to do is... No, get out of here. Hold on. The other thing that we might want to do is... Well, we want to do Hunter's Mark, don't we? Yes. Hunter's Mark him. And I want to make sure that he doesn't get back any hit points. Prevent your target from regaining hit points. Let's start there. We'll get the sneak attack. Still not a lot of damage, but at least it's something. And then we could... I mean, he's stunned for another turn. So why don't we light him on fire so that he can't... Or he starts taking that additional damage as well. Oh, he didn't like that at all. Now, he's no longer stunned, it doesn't look like, so maybe that wasn't so great. But hey, we got him down by a third of his hit points. Is there anything else we can do with Alyssa? No, that was all of her moves. Karlach, can you move yet, or are you still maimed? I think she's still maimed. I'm also looking at the wrong person. I thought she was maimed for 2 turns. It looks like she's recovered. And she really, really wants to get over here. So let's... I just want to make sure that she can move. She can. And she's very fire resistant. So I think that what we're going to do is... Frenzy. We're going to switch to her hammer. And we're going to... Wait, is there any way that I can... I guess we could, but we don't really need to. Boy, I want to put some poison on this, but we don't have to. Reckless attack. Oh, so he just gets to cheat then. What is this? He's still Hunter marked. He still can't heal himself. Avatar of Tyranny. Bane has come. Oh, Bane gets to cheat. Gortash has 150 temporary hit points, advantage to strength saving throws and strength ability checks, and now has fearsome new powers. Better than before, does he? Okay, well, we're going to continue to try to beat him. We can't do that. Concussive Smash. Sure, why not? And I think that's it for Karlach.
Holding back.
I like radiating the Holy Mantle, challenge to duel, and inflict bleeding on the target. He doesn't have any hit points, though. Is this guy stunned or anything? He's been shockingly grasped. Can I move away from him? This does not say that it invokes an attack of opportunity. Because if I can deal down some force damage on him, I'd really like to do that. Or, if we could do it from over here, that'd be ideal. We could knock him into the fire. But I don't think that we can get over there. The other thing we could do is hunker down with him. We could get some Blade Ward on him and drink a potion. Why don't we try that? Because we're not doing well in terms of hit points. And then we're going to take a healing potion. And then we can still move, so I think that we are going to try to get more over towards where Gortash is. Blight on Halsin. Let's counterspell. Halsin has 1 hit point left, and then he turns into regular Halsin. Okay, what are these, by the way? Manifestation of Tyranny. Hold on. Ethereal. Can't be thrown, improvised weapon. They're immune to a few things, but not to much, and they've only got 8 hit points. So it kind of feels like I want to take those guys out. There's 3 of them. That seems really important. Paulson's only got 1 hit point, so why don't we Elemental Warp to this guy. I really hope that we're able to Electrified Flail him to death. And now we can fly over here. Electrified Flail this guy to death. I hope. No, not yourself. And then we can't quite reach this guy, which sucks. Oh, but we can fly to him. Hold on. Also, what's this? I don't... Deranged force curtain. I guess it's malfunctioning. There's so much stuff in this room that I don't know what it does. Let's just continue to force flail these guys. Damn! Oh, he was almost 3 for 3. But that's it. So, if Halsin had any bonus actions, we would take a potion, but he is spent. Okay, I don't... As with so many things, I don't know what that is. Incineration caster, which is overheating. Can I see what these things are now? Deranged force curtain. Okay. Recharging one. Oh, these must be what's casting those shields on him. Because this does it again in one turn. Alyssa, can you shoot a lightning arrow at that? Okay, and then this is malfunctioning for... ever? I don't know. It's red, and it doesn't have a counter that I see. Oh, darn it. Hold on. There's more manifestations of tyranny. I guess these guys get to keep coming. Maybe they're debuffs. I thought that maybe they were juicing up the others, but maybe not. Now, I do have one other question. Can I throw another grenade at these guys now that I've done an attack, or once you attack, it's all attacks? Path is interrupted. I really want to hit all 3 of those. Okay, so let me just double check. These guys would be mobile again next turn, is that correct? Burnt out optics. I mean, these flash blinders, like, this is it. This is why we ever bought them. So, yeah, let me... I hope that from here we can get a clear shot. Okay, that was really well done. Throw. Burnt out optics or not, I don't want them coming over and attacking. Okay, and then that's Alyssa. She's done everything she can. And I don't want to move away from this guy to get the attack of opportunity. Karlach has one mission in life, and that is to kill this guy. So I think that she keeps doing that. Yeah, pretty much. And then she does get an enraged throw. I don't think it super matters, so I think maybe just a javelin. Awesome. You guys, how much damage did that just do? Enraged throw just gave him 16 piercing, 2 acid, 2 necrotic, 4 extra damage from Tavern Brawler, 3 from Tavern Brawler, and 2 more from Tavern Brawler. That was really good. Wow. Okay. You guys, that really wrecked him. That javelin throw did more damage than anything else we've done in this combat so far. Okay. So, Will is now locked down by this guy pretty well. So, and if he tries to do this, we're too close. Is that right? Yeah, 36%. So why don't we double down? We're going to try to duel him. 30%. It's not worth a lot, but something. Okay, he did save against it. And he does still have his Blade Ward on. So why don't we... Okay, and I've just used my... That doesn't help as much. I don't think that we need that. Okay, let's... 56%. It's not great. Weakening Strike? Sure, let's try to do that. Okay, that's weak grip, which I think is a penalty on attack rolls. disadvantage on attack rolls and strength saving throws. And then we'll just hit him again. Or miss him. But we hit where it counted. Damn! So my concern is I think now we start death spiraling. My concern is that now we're going to spend so much of our time and attention trying to get Karlach and friends up that we won't be able to keep up. But Bro is down, and like now that we've interacted with these guys a little bit, I think that they're only effective out to their radius. I don't think they're doing what I first thought. So why don't we... Wait, what does this do? Raging Vortex. 2 to 16 bludgeoning damage per turn and silences creatures. I don't know if I can control that, and I do want to try to get Gortash. He's got 115 hit points. If we... So, he's only got... Halson's only got 1 hit point. I think we're going to burn a level 3 to try to heal him up. He got 17 hit points, so that's what that is. Wait, what is this? Oh, this is about to do something. Can I not be standing here when it does it? I will... Let's fly... over here. Okay, these are motion sensitive. That's what's happening. Because look, this wasn't doing this before, and now it is. So when does this go off? 1 turn. Hopefully it's not next turn, but it might be.
You will not take this city.
Okay, so if I shoot this, does it blow up? I guess we're just gonna have to find out. Lightning vulnerability. Because otherwise it is piercing resistant. So let's use lightning. God damn. That, by the way, that took out all 17 hit points that Halson just got. We can... Well, maybe we can throw a potion at Karlach. I don't know. Now that we've done 1 fire. Throw to Karlach. We can all see, I'm just noting, it's right on Karlach. Okay. And then the only thing that we might do is like shove this person back if possible. No. Because then we would have been able to move. We can't do that. We're done with Alyssa for now. Now, Karlach gets up, but she loses her action. She only gets a bonus action now. The only bonus action that makes sense is for her to drink some more healing. And then she just sort of, like, is there. Will is just getting bullied.
Death's close at hand.
Won't last much longer like this.
Ow! Okay, so what have we got? Halson's the only one standing. There's multiple of these guys around. I don't see a solution here. Gortash is still on his back, but we can't do 115 points this turn. If we have Halsin go over here and help up Alyssa, I think that she just goes back down on her next turn. No, she does get a... She does get her bonus action. Heat metal isn't going to help us right now. Moonbeam could be pretty cool, but it's a little late for that. And then Black Gauntlet Ulova. Okay, I think that we try to get Alyssa back up. Losing half of our party in the first move of the first round, which was all of our summons, that really, really hurt a lot. And then we're going to do... Okay, and now... So this is fun. This is a bonus action, but because of this bug, I can't select it. So we are missing some of our healing options. Not that I think they really would have made a difference, but boy, would it have been nice. Let's bring Alyssa. Well, then I'll try to move away from it as best as I can. And then I didn't want to have her jump so that we could try to use a healing. Their ability to hit on that command halt is rough.
Life is ebbing out of me. I need aid.
The good news is, again, these guys all have burned out optics, so their attack rolls are at a disadvantage. If they hit, it's going to be lethal. Oh, yeah, like, look at that.
I am close to my limit. In forte.
Now, I don't know if we can not live next to that hand or whatever, but if we move, we do get an attack of opportunity. So why don't we try to hawk a healing potion? At Karlach. Do you guys remember, like, some of the early episodes? I would throw a potion, it would hit the person, then nothing would happen. Like it would just, nothing would happen at all, and that was really frustrating. And now it feels like it's been a minute since that's happened. The other thing that we might do is, can I throw a second one? Yes. Let's throw it to Halsin. And then we can try to jump away. This provokes an attack of opportunity, but she's going to get attacked anyway, so we might as well try to make sure that that's the only one that gets to hit her. Okay, and then she still moves, right? So I don't... Like, this big hand, we saw it punch the shit out of Karlach. Maybe the key was to just move out of where it was going to hit. Karlach is no longer... Oh, she is frenzying. Okay, I thought that getting knocked out twice might have taken the wind out of her, but no, she's good. Why don't we start with the... Oh, actually, it's not start with. It is do the throw. Okay, another solid hit with that javelin. And then otherwise, we maybe pull... Wait, attack of opportunity. Nuts. And I can't attack. That's it for her. Okay.
Get here!
That was all the hit points that I could give her. This is what I was concerned would happen when Karlach went down. From that point forward, so much of every round, every turn was just trying to get the characters back on their feet that we could no longer engage in the battle. So let's give that another shot. There's our 25 bonus hit points. All right, so now we're going to have him hide again. Nope. Will, let's leave your air elemental behind. Okay, an air elemental, I assume, can teleport as well? Yes, okay. So let's have air elemental hang out here. So again, he can teleport all sorts of places. Or potentially interact with the guys that are coming in here. Okay. And then Karlach, who I always wanted to have this conversation.
That's right.
It's hard to keep a good woman down, isn't it, Karlach?
This city is mine!
God damn. Okay, but still not nearly as bad as last time. So that time we did see that this thing fired the shield onto Gortash. I didn't see that animation last time. So now we have that confirmation, and now we see that these exploding things are there. Note for next time, maybe disable some of these before we get involved in the fight. So what do we have coming up? We've got Halsin and Alyssa and Air Elemental. Oh, we all get to go. This is a lot of good news. Also, this guy got hit by a phase optimizer, which I don't know what that is. An additional action, so he gets to go extra fast. All right. And then, yes, we've got other dudes coming in. There is probably a third based on what we know. So Will is over here.
With fire, baby.
Karlach is here. And sorry, this shield is what now for us? Shell of Resistance. Immunity to thunder damage, resistance to physical and elemental damage for 1 turn, and extra bonus action. Well, so the good news is I think that her hammer ignores bludgeoning damage. I'm pretty sure. We deal 4. Yeah, this weapon ignores bludgeoning resistance. So I don't think that that helps him very much. God, I want to take a potion. Also, I'm looking to see how far out this goes. Wow. So we want to move. I think that we engage him immediately. Yeah, we're going to rage charge. We're going to hopefully stand clear of the fire explosion. And then we're going to beat on him. Including a concussive smash. And then that's basically her turn. Yes. I want somebody to throw a grenade over there. I haven't decided who yet. Well, Halsin can't do it. Will can. But we also need to move Will away from this. Okay, why don't we have Will move here, I hope? I don't know if that's quite far enough. And then we're going to have Will use his Eldritch Blast. on that thing, that thing. Wait, is this close enough to blast Gortash? I think this might fall on Gortash. I don't know. Let's give it a shot. No, that just obliterated it. Was I supposed to shoot the hinge? Well, it's too late now. We're ruining your decor. Take that. But it did smash this. Okay, so now we've got a little bit of extra space where we aren't going to get fire blasted, and it took out one of the shield projectors, so that's still good. Why don't we try to challenge this person to a duel? Okay, and then that's basically it for him. Apparently I can do this. What kind of damage would I most want to be resistant to? He's got piercing, bludgeoning, whatever the hell Gortash can do. And then these guys, they've got big swords, so is that slashing damage? It really feels to be crushing damage based on the size. I think he's currently resistant against fire damage. I think we're just going to let it ride for now. Can I throw this? No, he's out of moves. All right. Halsin. Halsin is anti-Seal Watcher Squad, so why don't we see if we can stun this guy? Not with that kind of attitude. Stunned. Okay, so let's stop attacking this guy with 126 points of damage that he just did, by the way. And do we want to try to block up the door? I don't know, because what I want to do is... So Alyssa's no longer hidden, and that's a little bit of a bummer, but we can still work with that. Let's do this. We're going to have Alyssa take a potion of speed. Our last one. And now have her hopefully come around the corner like this. Oh, I really, really, really wanted to get it past the framework of the door, past the door. Because it's not going to hit that guy outside. You wouldn't think. I mean, the circle overlaps, but if there's not line of sight, I don't know how that would possibly work. Do you want to try it? Because then again, you know, even if it doesn't hit both of them, then this guy blocks the doorway. So let's do it. Okay, right. So we didn't hit that guy, but at least we... Like, surely they can't get past that. That's my hope. So now we've got additional ideas. We've got 3 attacks left. I really don't want Woodwode in front of that fire, but I can't do anything about it. It's not his turn. Corvus. Let's have Corvus come around the corner here. And he's going to do his bad omen on Gortash, which doesn't have a high chance of success. Okay, but it's still some damage. 3 points of damage. And then... He doesn't get any other attacks, right? That's his whole action. And then for his bonus action, he could help somebody. But not really. Let's have Corvus get back... Oh, he can also do magic... He could also do magical darkness. Okay. And, oh, and Will is immune to magical darkness. Let's have him fly next to Will. He can't. Okay, he can't quite do that then. Then he's done where he is. Cloaking Will in magical darkness that affects anybody trying to hit him, but not Will himself, would be awesome. Okay. Now, we still have an attack or two with Halsin. And if we attack these things, they have a nasty tendency to explode. So let's not do that. Let's fly here. And we're going to continue to try to hit him. Stunning him is fantastic news. And that's all 3 of his attacks now. So I think that we just wait a second. Alyssa still has a whole action, I believe. Hitting him isn't... Gosh, we can't move our friends out of the way. I think we might shoot Gortash a whole bunch. The thing is, I don't want him to Hulk out yet. Yeah, the only thing that would help... He's not acid immune, is he? Necrotic. Poison resistance. It doesn't say anything about acid, though. Let's have Alyssa get up here, then. And then from here, maybe she can take a shot on this thing. 8 points of damage. And how much is she going to do? Because it's resistant. Yeah, okay. I'm going to use a lightning arrow. Really? Okay. And I have to say that I do still like the arrow of Ilmater to make sure that he doesn't get back any hit points. I don't know if he ever tried. It's a really, really good hit. And then, is that everything from her? No, she still has another one. I'm going to take another shot at this, though. Okay, that took out the shield generator. I don't like the flamethrowers, but the shield generators have got to stop. And then that's everything from Alyssa. Now we are air elemental. What specifically is this? Gushing air. 2 jets of billowing, thunderous air. He's got 50 hit points left. I think what we want to do is try to, like, stop... Actually, what I want to do is take that thing out, if we can. Primordial gales. Gales of crackling stormy wind swirl around you, battering at nearby creatures and shocking them. Multi-attack. Descend on a creature to buffet it with charged swipes. That sounds pretty good. Can I do that to this guy? Well, he can't get anything done with it, so... 70%. Let's do this. Right. That's a projectile, apparently. Okay. So please don't be able to get in. Yeah, they can't get in. This is really good. Woodwode. So we really, really don't want to stand in front of that. Let's have Woodwode. She has no ranged attack, I don't think. Spike growth. So I would want to cast that on the door, except that actually... Like, these guys have, like, immunity to having their speed shut down or whatever. Possibly entangling them. That'd be pretty great. Can we do some entangle on this person? And then she can also do her magical club. And that's sort of... That's her deal. Woodwode. We could task Woodwode with trying to beat this Seal Watcher to death. Because he's only stunned, he's not blinded. Sure. It's an 84% shot on a guy that is currently completely immobilized, and he still managed to miss. Snips! We believe in you. Didn't happen. Oh, Snips died. He took that crossbow shot so that nobody else would take those 40 points of damage. Alright. I think that since Gortash is a little bit stunned... Gosh. We don't have a very good chance to hit these guys. Whereas Gortash is 80%. Is there anything else we can do to help out with this? Yeah, Alyssa is not affected by the terror field, so why don't we have her... I don't want to hit Halsin with this. Oh, you guys, the arcane interference. That will take down their concentration spells, I hope. Let me just look. Bane's command. That lasts for 1 turn no matter what. But aren't one or more of these guys concentrating on spells right now? Or it would show up here. Yeah, this person is. This person is. Where are you? This person. All right, let's see if we can use an arrow of arcane interference. Okay, that ended whatever that was and silenced them. I think that we want to... Hold on. Yeah, nobody else is concentrating on anything. So from there on, let's try to... Can we do some acid on these guys that doesn't hit Halsin? This will not hit Halsin. Shoot that guy right in the groin. More acid. And then maybe just a regular shot. And I should have hunter marked ahead of that. We're good for now. Halsin. So, hold on, can we hit these guys harder now? 64%. So it's still not great. Or 80% on Gortash. I'm trying to hit this person. That was a very good hit, Halsin. Okay, I'll take that. Most of her lives down. And she's stunned. I probably should have stopped after she was stunned. That electroflow, that stun is really, really good. Every version of their... Wait, who am I? So he is... I think we're entangled. Okay, but that's cool. We can be entangled. So I don't want to do the fight here because that's going to be a ranged attack. But I think that we might be able to do this. No, that's disadvantage. Can we Primordial Gales? We can, and it also hits Will. And it might also get reflected. Do we have... Can I Elemental Warp? I can Elemental Warp. Hold on. Except I'm immobile. So I can't warp. Is that accurate? No, I can still do it. Can I move slightly over here? No, see, we're still entangled. Oh, you guys, I'm just outside the range. But that's okay. Now what we'll do is we'll do our attack. She's stunned for 2 turns. Why don't we leave her be and beat up low here? This guy's only stunned for 1 more turn. Not enough movement, really? Oh, I still like the idea of cloaking Will in darkness. Will and Corvus, because neither one of them can actually be blinded. Okay, and now... Yeah, Peck. Is that all of his attacks? I think it is. Okay. But yeah, now there's darkness there. This might be the best use that we get out of Corvus's darkness. It's interesting that he's a better friend to Will in that than to Alyssa. 75%. Let's start with challenge to duel, because if this guy can't attack anybody except Will, then Will can just... Yes! This is great, because now they have to attack Will, and as long as Will's in darkness, they're going to have a hard time with that. Now, let's... The odds of this guy hitting are fairly low, because otherwise I'd want to do Blade Ward, so let's just try to stab this guy and do some bleeding. Withering Cut, yes. And that's his turn. Karlach. I think Karlach just continues to go in on Gortash. Or does that break his stun? Let me read about stunned again. Can't move, take actions, or bonus actions. I really want to continue to beat the shit out of that guy. Let's see if we can take on Jax Bach. Frenzied Strike. Probably, but let's see. And then we do get a throw. So it's a choice between Frenzied Strike or Throw. And the thing about the Throw is it tends to knock Gortash down. Not every time, but every time we've tried it. Plus, it does so much damage. Okay, so our timing on this might have been bad, because now he's big mode. And he gets all of his horror friends. Well, that does give Dryad something to do. And then, can we... Oof. Okay, we need her to not be standing in the flame field, so it's going to be right there. Okay, that guy... Oh, look what happened! I don't actually know what happened. He hit Will and then died. He froze to death. Because Will hit him for 25 cold damage. Okay, go Will. He had to take a mighty wallop to have that happen, but sure. Woodwode. Yeah, let's continue to try to stop this guy from living. Oh, and, actually, I want to entangle this guy. I know that they have, like, some immunity to that, but whatever. I don't know that... Uh-oh. Who is throwing those? Oh, they have dispensers! Grenade impeller. I need to look at some of these things in the world that are brightly flashing at me. That darkness is not helping Will in the way that I'd hoped. Who are we? Or no, who are they? It's this guy? I think something is happening, I just don't know what it is. Okay. Gortash did something called, like, Chains of Tyranny, and I need to see what it was. Gortash used Empowered Unarmed Strike. Chains of Tyranny. Yeah, hold on. Tyrant's Binding. What is this? Create heavy magical chains that bind your targets, having their movement speed. If the chains are still present at the beginning of your next turn, they break, dealing 8 to 64 force damage to all targets. So, I don't see any chains currently, and I think that what might have happened is that when Karlach hit Gortash with her opportunity attack, that might have, like, broken his concentration. there's a lot of information here, and I'm not sure that I want to go line by line, but I think that either that or we all took the damage. Speaking of damage, Karlach took a lot of it, and we do have now multiple Steel Watchers coming in. This guy's no longer stunned. We lost our Wood Woad. These guys are coming in. I don't know. So, Alyssa can... Is Gortash currently... Gortash is not currently concentrating on anything. Still, we can allegedly silence him with an arcane interference, so why don't we open with that? This guy has burnt out optics, so we don't need to worry about that. If I could get a Flash Blinder... We've got 2 more. I'd really like to hit more than 1. Then again, if we don't take this guy... If we don't neutralize this guy, I think that he beats us to death, like on our next turn. So I think that we have to do it now. Really would have rather to hit more of them. Okay, he's silenced. She has a relatively good shot of killing this guy. Especially if we turn this on and hit. It's 70%. 27 points of damage. We could move our Hunter's Mark onto her. And go for it. Nope. 1 hit point left, and that's all of her moves. That's everything we got. Okay, so now we are Halsin. So Halsin's ability to stun is still extremely useful. Disadvantage or no? Still not stunned. Now he's stunned. Okay, so Gortash we can dial back on for a second. That is most of his turn, and I don't know that I want to move anywhere else for right now. No, we're good. Okay, well, we brought you to do your electro attack, so let's do some of that now. Is that Maelstrom? Oh, but the lightning attack is what we want to do. So, sure, multi-attack this guy. And that's it. Now there's a grenade here because I still haven't paid attention to those. So I'm going to choose to eat the attack of opportunity or not. No, we'll teleport. We'll just teleport to someplace that there's not a grenade on me. And then that's it. Corvus. So Corvus can fly and spread his darkness around a little bit. I do think that I like that. And then maybe peck this guy. Two misses at 70%. But I can't complain too much because he's really helpful when he does hit. That's Corvus. Will, is there anything we can do to help Karlach? I really want Karlach to spend all of her time attacking. I don't want her to have to... Well, then again. So, okay, sure, let's try to stab this guy to death. Very good. Excellent, excellent, Will. Okay, not dead, but doing okay. Let's see if we can renew that challenge to duel. No. Karlach. So, let's take her bonus action to heal. And it's going to be the best healing that we've got. Because then... Gortash is stunned, so we're going to hit the person that is not stunned, but is blinded. It's a very triumphant sound, but we're not done yet. That's everything that we've got for Karlach. Alyssa. Wait, why are you gray? What's happening with you? She's... Oh, nuts. Okay, not a problem. So here's what we want to do. There are now 3 Steel Watchers here. We've got one last flash blinder. So I want to move Will to about here, I hope. And then we're going to throw that. Okay, then take it.
Villains.
Okay.
Recovery
And
is
now,
imminent.
with his other attack, I'm kind of inclined to stop this from happening anymore. Do I have... What do I have? I've got one attack with, like, a crossbow. I don't feel like that's going to help very much. Maybe I want to take out this Manifestation of Tyranny? Sure, let's do that if we can make a hit on it. And then, for his bonus action, he could try to do a challenge the duel on this guy again. And then maybe just move back outside of that pulse.
Nature shall be defended at any cost.
He's still stunned. She is no longer stunned. She's got 1 hit point. I kind of like Raging Vortex right now. That would actually hit a lot of my friends. It's kind of a problem. Okay, so then we will try to hit this guy. Thank God, that was only... See, I complain when I miss 70%. I want to acknowledge when I hit a 49%. And then we keep hitting Gortash. I love... Halsin, high 5 on the critical hits. We didn't happen to renew that stun again, no. And is there any place that we want to move him? Not really. Corvus. Corvus has a guaranteed hit. Oh, no, hold on. I'm currently this guy. Now, he's blinded, right? Because he's in the darkness. Not that blinded, though. 2 jets or multi-attack. That's 30%, 45% on him, 55% on Gortash. Okay, why don't we... See, if I move over here, we're going to get more grenades and, like, fire. So I think that I'm not going to try to engage over there. Why don't we... Nope. Teleport over here. Fucking ouch. What even was that? Hold on a second. That was the grenade. Okay. That's great. So, at least it hit Gortash as well. Then let's do multi-attack on Gortash. Corvus, can you do anything about these guys? Here's the thing about this is piercing damage, and these guys are immune, not immune, but they're resistant. They only really take the bludgeoning damage and lightning vulnerability, which Corvus cannot do. So instead, why don't we try to go for... Sorry, I don't know the end of that sentence yet. We're gonna fly over here and hopefully not get darkness all over Alyssa. And then from here, we're gonna go for Bad Omen on... Why do you have to fly down there, though? Corvus, what? Why do you have to do that? That's a little annoying. This is a ranged attack. I don't know why he has to do that. He's got line of sight, I feel. Okay, then he can't do that. That's fine. So, yes, she's currently blinded, but we can resolve that by just moving slightly. I think that we have to use her bonus action for more healing. And then a lot of hammer. pretty much what she's got. Gortash is no longer stunned. Let's see if we can stun him. Thank God. Okay, so he's stunned. So why don't we try to do that on this guy as well? I'm going to just teleport here. We missed. Okay. And then that's it for Halsin. Yes. Alyssa. Hold on. Let's have Corvus, because Corvus has guaranteed damage. 35. Oh, no, but it's only 35%. I have no idea why he has to come down the stairs to do this. Perfect. Okay, so that guy died. And then that's Corvus's move. I kind of think that Corvus might... I don't want him here. There's too many of our guys all in one area. I want him to be like... Hold on, we're just gonna get more grenades and whatever. We'll have him come over here. Now, Alyssa. So, Gortash only has 92 points of damage. Let's make sure he doesn't get any more by doing a... Arrow of Ilmater. Well, then again, he's stunned for 2 turns. Let's hit him harder. Is he weak to anything at all? No fire, no force, no thunder. Anything else is fair game. Acid will get all over 2 of our friends. Darkness will not be helpful to us. Ice will get on our friends. Let's reapply Hunter's Mark onto Gortash. And we'll just try to do regular ass attacks. Down to 60 hit points. Down to 35. And that's her turn. I would love Karlach to get the final hit on him if we can. Can we arrange that? I think that she's going to feel really good. Let's see if we can knock him on his ass. Javelin. Oh, we sure can. Go Karlach! Do it! I'm not gonna lie, I really hope that that would have finished the fight. Okay, we did it. Now we just have to not die. I really thought that was gonna do it. It's fine. So, how do we deal with these guys? Carefully. Okay, well, let's do it. And that's Karlach. God, that had to feel good to her. Knocking him down and then just hammering like his ribcage into dust. So this guy, it's weird that it like, wait, are we maimed? We're maimed, but I think we can still teleport, can we not? Okay, let's teleport. I want to do the Maelstrom because it's lightning damage and that's bad for these guys. So let's go like here. And then we're gonna do... Sure, I guess we'll just hit the one if we can. Will is very low on health. We drink a healing potion. Or we use Eldritch Blast. How do these guys feel about force damage? They're fine with it. So, sure. Why don't we do... Do we have any humans available? No, we're good. And do we... I think that we might need to take this out. Hold on. So let's do Eldritch Blast. We're going to shoot that. That and that. Because I really don't want to have any more grenades. That was a really satisfying hit. 3 for 3. And then let's go hide in the darkness. Is that a grenade? You guys, god damn it. Hold on. Can we get away from that? It's flying. Also, he did take damage. This is fine. I did not see that grenade before. That killed Will. Okay. We're still okay. And I mean, like, Halsin still got his electrified flail. Like, we absolutely brought the right version of Halsin to this fight. Stunned. Not stunned yet. Okay, still not stunned. But because I think that Halsin can still move, so let's not give him an easy strike against multiple of us. And then let's also heal him. 10 hit points? Wait, what was the minimum on that? Okay, it was 3 to 24. That feels a little anemic, but... Corvus is still alive, or did Corvus bite it? I think Corvus is gone. Okay, then we are going to have Alyssa get her boyfriend up. He would do the same for us. And then that's her turn, unless we want to do something with her bonus action. Reapply Hunter's Mark. Or we can't throw a potion at anybody. Then let's reapply the Hunter's Mark now. And we will put it on to the guy that's not stunned. Okay, yeah, for what it's... Wait, we're still maimed. Okay, but that's fine. Let's go to... We'll elemental warp to... here. And then we're going to do our primordial gales again. Will needs any healing that he can. And since he only had the bonus action, he's done. Who am I now? Karlach? That guy's stunned, so we're going to hit the not stunned guy. And we're going to open by... These guys might be immune to prone. Okay, but still, a solid hit. And then we're going to move right over here. We can do that. No! Okay, so she's maimed. And we did learn that we can't... Like, we cannot kill them. They still explode. So... I can't do anything, then. I guess we could make a ranged attack against this guy. There. No, and everybody else went. There's no sort of evacuation protocol for this. You guys, though, that was awesome. The one Seal Watch pulled his friend out of the explosion radius. Okay. And yet, Karlach is still standing. Is Halsin. He is... Karlach is maimed. God, I wish I knew the rules well enough to know if there's something I could do to help her out. If Halsin dropped his shapeshift... Halsin can turn invisible? Wow, I really should have looked at this before, huh? No, he can heal himself. I don't see the turn back into Halsin. Oh, here it is. So this is not marked as either an action or a bonus action. It might be free. And the reason I'm wondering is that we could really go for a heal. Then again, with his electric flail, that does feel a little stupid. So we're going to keep him in electro mode. And we're going to... Now, hold on. Is there anybody that I want to move in there to do an attack? Yeah. Hold on. Let's move Friendo. Because he can come in here. Primordial Gales is what I want. And shocking them. I really want that. So let's do his teleport to, like, there. Hopefully that's close enough to hit all three. Perfect. Okay, that's good, because one of them got shocked right off the bat. And now... Sorry, but... Dude, chill out. You're done, right? You can't do anything more. This guy, like, you're done. Yeah, he has no more actions. Okay, so that guy's stunned. This guy's not. This guy's not. So now we have Halsin come in here, and we've only got to hit, or hopefully stun two of them. Not yet. Okay, 2 out of the 3 are currently stunned. And we didn't quite get the third. That is it for Halsin. No, it's not, because we want to move Halsin a little bit away, because we're going to use electro arrows on that last guy. And actually, let's do that, because we might move him right back in. So, Alyssa, let's move your Hunter's Mark onto this person. And now we're going to do electro arrows. Still not stunned. I'm not even sure that the electro arrows can stun. Okay, and otherwise, do we move her? I feel like we... Oh, no, we've used all of her stuff.
Let our enemy's corpses nourish the ground.
Okay.
This is
Will, before we decide... Yeah, we've taken care of all of the grenade dispensers and everything, so why don't we have him sit back for a second, and we're going to go... Yeah, we're really going to focus on this guy. And whatever he was resistant to, let's move it over to slashing damage. I'm relatively sure that that's what they do. And then finally, we're gonna... Yeah, let's not fuck around. We're gonna drink some more healing. I think we're much closer to the end than to the beginning, but... Let's try. Let's try to keep him up. Paulson is... No, we still got Karlach. So, Karlach can't reach that guy, and honestly, why would we want to? Can you move? She is still maimed, darn it. Do we have any sort of break-free maneuver? Absolutely not. Okay, so let's do her Enrage Throw. And then we're going to do just her Crossbow Bolt. And now Halsin can... Yeah, we want to block this up. Like, if we go, like, here, he can't fit on our left, and he's going to have to go further around and hopefully not be able to hit our friends, at least as readily. They have a lot of mobility. Alright, well, F you too. Halsin. You've got some pretty good electro abilities. No, he doesn't. At all. Oh, but Lesser Restoration would fix paralysis? That's not the same as being maimed. Entangle isn't super helpful. Hail of Thorns sounds good. It's piercing damage, and then they explode for more piercing damage. These guys are very resistant to that, or at least partially resistant to that. Moonbeam does radiant damage. They're not immune to that. Well, why don't we hit these two guys with Moonbeam? Okay, I disagree with this game. We can hit both of them. There we go. And now that's a concentration thing. Okay. I'm glad I didn't move over there, since that's what I was about to do. Let's try to maintain his concentration. We will move back in towards safety. We're going to go stand behind this statue. And that's probably it. Do we want to do anything with his bonus action? Not really.
Push my luck again.
Now, if we can... Yeah, if we can drain this guy the rest of the way, then he does explode. Does he hit anybody else right now? No. All right, so let's try to help him on his way. Alyssa. Oh, wait. I think that we want to take off her mega shot. Yep, I should have done that before. 85%. Okay, this is going well. Now we just get Karlach. Can we get to the other side? We can, but we can't get up to this guy. And Karlach needs to take damage this turn to maintain her frenzy. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a dash. And we are kind of intentionally going to run through this fire. She won't take much damage from it. And then now that she's on the other side, she can drink another healing potion. That gives this guy to hit, somebody to hit that is not Alyssa or Will. And she maintains her frenzy. Did she have more actions? She might have had a bonus action or something. Whatever. No, because she just ate. And so Alyssa's done, right? Pretty much, because we're not going to run up to him now. Okay, so we'll call her done. And then Will doesn't really need to do anything there. I'd love to go wall up on this guy a little bit more. I don't know that we can get past this guy. We need to get Will into, like, some calisthenics or something. Illusion. No, I don't think we've got any sort of teleportation on him. Misty Step. He kind of used all of that stuff. All right, so we will... I'm going to play a little safe, but other than that, we'll just chill right here. Oh, you know what we'll do? Blade Ward. Never hurts. Okay.
Blood comes easy these days.
Lightning arrow. I should have moved Hunter's Mark over first. Wait, did he already have Hunter's Mark? You guys, he already had Hunter's Mark. I'm sorry. We're nearly at a long rest anyway. But still, that was very wasteful. We will call it there for Alyssa. Hold on, let's go to Will. Because Will has some pretty good Eldritch Blast. 14 points. And why not a challenge to duel? Okay, that's actually really good. Can we move him away? Not really. We'll just make sure, because that guy now has to come attack Will, so we want him to be as far away so he has to waste a lot of movement. Halsin. Well, now, I mean, we're pretty safe. As long as we steer clear of Halsin. Sorry, as long as we still steer clear of Will, we can come over around here and either do a regular short bow attack, which I'm sure would be great. We could entangle. Oh, maybe we should have brought Will right here so he would have had to stand in the moonbeam. Let's... No, we can't quite do that, and that would also kill our... Okay, we're just going to do a regular bow attack. I don't... Even if this hits, it's going to be like 4 points of damage. Karlach's just having a blast. She's thrilled. So, yeah, no, let's, again, we're going to stand in his way, so he has to go past Karlach. Now, he might just shoot the crossbow, and that's fair. But with his burned out optics, I don't think he's going to do very well. And now we just have to hope that we can land one hit. So we can, yep, perfect, perfect. You guys, we did it. We did the hard mode fight on Gortash. It was very expensive. Hold on, we have to talk to... What's her face? Karlach.
It's finished. It's done. I need to see him up close. I need to know he's dead.
It's been a long day. I'll need to rest soon.
I very much want to talk to him. Hold on. So I can't cast Speak with Dead. Oh, wait, maybe we can. I am actually going to burn a scroll. I want Karlach to have this conversation. Time out. Okay, we give one of these to Karlach. And then she does it on herself, right?
You seek Gortash. His soul is already suffering at my hands. That is the fate of all those who fail me.
Well, then it's obviously Bane. I don't know that... but Karlach would know that. She's been hanging out with these guys. Let him suffer, then. Isn't that the fate he deserves? This is what she would say.
Yes, because it is the fate you've given him. A dead archduke is of no use to me. A living explorer, a mighty barbarian, for example, is a different matter. One question asked. 4 still remain.
Can you help me find the headquarters of Orin the Red, even though I feel very strongly that I know where it is?
Of course you seek Orin, Baal's vengeful chosen. His temple is hidden, even to my eyes. How fortuitous, then, that Orin seeks you. Orin is too proud of her own handiwork to linger in your shadow. The vain don't like to be upstaged. She'll make herself known to you, if she hasn't already, in her own special way.
If you're not Gortash, then who are you?
I am Bane, the Black Lord. I am the ultimate tyrant. I am fear. I am hate. And you are the dagger that bled Merkel's favored. You are the thorns that prick at my sides. Yet you are proof that still I will rise, and Baal and Merkel will yield.
What does that mean?
You live for power. You have proven it with every fallen foe, every chest opened, every skill claimed. As long as mortals and immortals vie for sharper blades and louder voices, I am strengthened. So it is for Baal and Merkel, and so it is for you. You make me eternal.
Okay, she absolutely would never do this, and neither would my character as well. I would have liked there to be a little bit more Karlach-specific dialogue here, but I'm no agent of yours. I seek power for proper ends, not for its own sake. Yeah, it's not even a question, so I think we're allowed to say this.
The corpse says nothing more. You did not ask a question.
So there's really only the one question then. Why did you ally with Merkel and Baal?
Why do red dragons ally with the Githyanki? Why did the broken god befriend Tyr? Ah, but you already know the answer. By making one ally, you deny them to another. And by turning mortals illicit, You deny their souls to their keepers. You do not stoke fear by reaping your own fields, but by burning your foes. It is done. 5 questions and no more. Gortash is dead, but I am undying, just as you've made me.
So Gortash is nothing more than a pile of flesh? Same as the rest of us.
You can sense that she's working something out. Say nothing.
I feel like there should be a sunset for me to ride off into. Or an orchestral swell, or something. But there's nothing, is there? I killed the bastard who ruined my life, and my prize is that I get to crawl into a corner and die. Am I fucking missing something?
I don't think this is a time to say nothing. And I don't want to tell her to get used to it. And I don't think Alyssa would say it's a lot to take in. It's no wonder you're overwhelmed. She's not that empathetic. I think I might say it anyway, though. I think that Alyssa, and let's go more with like, what do you mean? I think that that will encourage Karlach to talk it out a little bit, even though what she's talking out right now is a sharp amount of despair.
It makes no sense. None of it means anything. He's dead. And he's no fucking sorrier now than he was before. What was the point? I'm still dying. I'm dying. I'm going to die.
Maybe we can still fix your engine, stabilize it. I feel really hopeless on this at this point. Let's say this just in case. I don't... It feels like there should be engineers that we can talk to. Like, what's his face? Darmok or whatever his name was, wasn't the only guy. And yet, with that quest line closed, let's say this.
Got a miracle in your back pocket you forgot to tell me about. I'm going to be as dead as a Gortash any day now. Any moment. And what then? Off to the City of Judgment to waste into oblivion? Into the dirt to get eaten by maggots? Is that it for me? Is that fucking all? And you'll just keep going, won't you? Watching the stars, warming your hands on the campfire, dancing, eating, making fucking love all night. All of it, all of it! That's my reward for everything I suffered. That's why I survived 10 years of torment. The fighting, the clawing, the loneliness, the fucking loneliness. All of it so I could rot. Because the person I trusted the most gave me away to the devil. It isn't fair. I don't want it like this.
It's a lot. Hold on. Let it out. It's about time.
I don't want to die. I want to live. I want to stay. What the fuck am I supposed to do now?
Protect Baldur's Gate until your dying breath. I really like the we're meant to do it together, except I do feel like that's Alyssa saying, like, we can walk this together, and we can't. She has a death sentence. Alyssa weaseled out of hers. That's the thing. Alyssa had signed that contract with Raphael and then went and got it undone. So she's fine. And by the way, Karlach helped her do that. And now Alyssa cannot repay that same kindness, that escape from doom back to Karlach. So to say we're meant to do it together, that's not a helpful thing to say. So I think that we're going to try to focus her on seeing this through, that she can't, apparently we can't do anything at all to make her situation better, but she can make everybody else's situation better. It's cold comfort, but it's what we've got.
Ugh. If I have to. Let's get out of here. I've always hated this place. Stupid fucking gigantic bridge or whatever. I think I need to go to camp for a while. Be alone. Scream at the sky. You can come and find me later if you want to. Thanks for listening. For existing. Love you.
And she's out. Hold on, let's read the journal. Like, she's off the party now. Our fiery friend. We helped Karlach get revenge on Gortash, but didn't manage to repair her infernal heart. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Damon, that's who I was thinking of. I just want to take one heartbeat to say that one of the things that weighed on me the most heavily, way back, what was that episode, like 23 or something? 16, whatever it was, where everything went wrong at Last Light Inn, one of the things I was acutely aware of was that Damon had died before he had a chance to examine Karlach's heart, and that by choosing to go with that bad ending, the first result that we got, that I might be permanently locking this storyline out. And ultimately it was a price that I was willing to pay. It sucks. But we just saw the reason that I did it anyway. There's a whole storyline here, and the voice actor, Samantha Bayard, or however it is that you pronounce it, the voice actor that plays Karlach, recorded all of those lines, all of that despair. Like, she poured her heart out into that. And I can only imagine that after that section was recorded, they had to go in and be like, hey, are you okay? How are you doing? Do you need to stop for lunch? That was a lot. That was very emotionally charged. And I don't know if most people who play this game see this version of event, but this is my playthrough, and this is what we signed up for, and it's really, really dark, and now she's gone back to camp. So I think what's going to happen next is I'm going to go around here. There's going to be a lot of looting. There might be a little bit of reading, similar to the last episode. If I come up with anything that requires our, that we're going to read through because it's plot pertinent, then we will do that. But otherwise, I think we're going to call it for episode 42 right here. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and we will see you again for the next episode as soon as we can.